All right, everybody, welcome back. One-and-Done-athon. We're here. We're doing true crime in New York City with pmcTRILOGY. PMC, I'm so excited to see this. I loved watching the submission video. I'm so excited to see this live. Go ahead.
I am so excited to bring this to the GDQ channel. This is kind of my one-and-done-athon submission, of course, because this is the one that I've taken. I've played this at more marathons than any other game. I'm so happy to be sharing it with you. Now, also, I have some special folks on commentary with me that I want to introduce real quick. First off, I have fellow True Crime New York City runner and partner in crime, KZ Frew.
Whoa. I admit to nothing. This is not an admission of guilt if I say I'm his partner in crime, okay? You can't use this in a court of law. However, I'm happy to be here. You can use that in a court of law. And I'm ready to go.
And then beyond that, I have a real bona fide true New Yorker, New York City expert, Fretzel.
That is me. Yeah, I've been living in the city for 7 years. Currently living in Queens. I'm a true New Yorker, and we're not going to litigate the definition of that term right now.
That is for another time. All right, let's get into things. Real quick, something I want to point out in the volume mix. Voice volume will be set to 0. Doing this makes it so that all of the voice lines are skipped. You may have watched speedruns where they play in a certain language to have shorter voice lines. True Crime New York City was ahead of its time, and we just turned the voice volume to 0, and it skips all the voice lines. This is particularly important in a few parts. We'll try and point that out as we go along. Also, make sure that you have your mouse on a good setting, either over 9,000 DPI or to have an 8 millisecond polling rate. It's 8 millisecond, right? I think that's what I use now.
I don't know.
So
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
How essential is that specific number choice of 9,000?
It just happens to be the highest settings that Frew and I had on our mice at the time. So that's why we used it.
It's just
I wouldn't use lower.
All right.
How did we come to that
right.
conclusion? We couldn't go higher. That's how.
Don't worry about it. We didn't have higher settings. It's okay. All right. So I'm doing a countdown. The time will start when I skip the first cutscene. So I'm gonna count 3, 2, 1. I'm going to count when I hit OK. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
So we are into it. It is now Christmas. It's already
real.
Christmas. Time is real. We got to go out of bounds. So we have to get vengeance for our father, and that means that we have to find Kevlar. Kevlar is here. We got
He
him.
was one of those. Well, no, actually, he's not one of those. He's in the dumpster, I believe.
Yeah, he was in the dumpster. That's right. So now we have to learn. We got to learn how to do combat. Control left click, control right click, control left click, and right click.
Oh man, please.
There you go.
Come on. There we go.
Control shift A, left click, and then just control left click. So I hope everyone wrote that
You're
down.
speaking runes to me. I'm not sure.
If you use Emacs, you'll be right at home.
What is an EMAC?
I use VI.
Oh, you use
unfortunately.
VI? Oh God, I should have.
Yeah, I'm
I
a
didn't
VI
check
guy.
all your credentials before this run. My bad. Dude, so have you ever been to the giant underground training cavern? Fretzel?
Oh, right. That thing that exists in New York City. Right, yeah, I'm there all the time, yeah.
Okay, excellent. I just wanted to make sure.
It just, it's such a frequent, destination for me that, like, I don't know by the name. I just know it by the gym.
Right, no, yeah, it's just kind of where you go to hang out. So I should note that I'm doing these tutorials, which teach us about shooting and throwing grenades.
Ooh.
And
Good face. Good face. Good face.
Good face.
Yeah.
So we're doing enough of the tutorial to get a passing grade, and then we are exiting the tutorial by course clipping out of bounds and running to the exit door. And that's pretty much that. So this game is in 6 acts. There is an intro where we learn to be a police officer, 4 crime families, and then a finale where we discover the identity of the true crime. The true crime, we're trying to find out who the true crime is, and we will eventually do that, but only by prosecuting 4 crime families first.
So,
We'll get
have
there.
we discussed that the PC version of this game is mystically faster than console releases?
It is. Well, it's, all of the releases of this game. So of course we're doing the speedrun on the PC version, but all of the releases of this game are truly blessed and glorious. The Xbox version famously cannot be finished without like normal human inputs. The Dolphin emulator team actually put out a really good report recently on how the GameCube version works, and their bottom line summary advice was don't play True Crime New York City.
Less of a report and more of a flogging, but
I've never seen an emulator team say that, but you know, there you go.
They were seething them, but yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, this is the PC version. A lot of the animations are sped up, and that also means that it's really easy for us to vibrate out of bounds. We can pretty much always strafe and exit out of bounds whenever. It's just kind of a thing we do, like facing the camera the other way so cars don't spawn in front of us.
I mean, as far as like broken things, that's fine. Like, all right.
That's fine?
Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, because it's where I come from, Vice City. Born and raised, you know, it's like that there too. So I feel right at home here.
Can I get a heat check on these streets, Pretzel?
Yeah. So these are the streets that this is the mission where it's at the intersection that I used to work at, right? Right. Yeah. So I actually used to. Oh, did we go? Oh, it didn't say the.
I think we're at like 36th and
37th.
Or yeah, they're around there.
Okay.
We're getting another tutorial
but yeah,
right now,
this was,
and you just we're just having a normal time. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just was watching PMC play this and noticed that he just like approached the exact intersection that I was currently working at. So that's just a fun fact. I could like tell you about the businesses that are in this on this corner. One of them has a panini shop that had a mural of the owner as Mario.
Oh, quite relevant.
Holding like a toothpaste tube that was anthropomorphized and like squeezing all the toothpaste out of it.
So killing the toothpaste tube, the anthropomorphized.
Killing, yeah.
I assume if you squeeze
an
anthropomorphized toothpaste tube that it would die.
I mean, maybe he's into that. Like,
but watch this door. Watch this door.
Fulfilling its functional purpose. Okay.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Open the door. Close the door. So this man is very confused by what I've just done. Which? Oh no! Wait. Oh.
Well done. He's safe.
Oh wait,
what?
no,
what?
We got.
All right.
We got him. It's
all
fine.
right. The speed run has begun.
What have you
We're good.
done?
We're good.
All right, you need to answer for that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We got him. We got him. We did the thing.
Dirty.
And there's no problem here. We're just, you know, we're just doing that thing where we tackle someone that we've cornered against the wall with their car on the sidewalk, and maybe they clip through the car. Don't worry about it. You know.
I see this all the time.
Yeah, it happens all the time. As I said, there's 8 million stories in the Naked City, and that was one of them. I'm always saying this.
My role here is basically just going to be to periodically corroborate everything that we see in the game.
Fru, can you explain what I'm doing right now?
No, because I tried to do it recently and could not remember how to do it.
Come on.
Okay. All right. He saved the game, and then he loaded the save. He loaded the save because it put him closer to the door. He save warped. And now he's loading that save again once he has stepped outside. And the reason he is doing this is it skips basically running an errand. There's a mini series of missions you can do that are street crimes. That's petty crime. We're not concerned with petty crime. We're concerned with RICO Act crime. So in order to bypass working the beat or walking the beat or whatever it is, we're just going straight to meeting Christopher Walken, whose voice lines you're never going to hear because we turned the voice dialogue off, so everyone literally is dead quiet. Everything from whispers to shouts to important vocal lines are no longer to be heard in this speedrun, and it is very sad, but it is very fast.
You should have an incentive, like a donation incentive, to activate the voice lines just for Christopher Walken.
I guess that could be done if we knew what cutscene. I mean, maybe we could figure out what cutscenes Christopher Walken is in. There's a lot of real voice talent in this game.
Christopher Walken is always calling you after you finish a mission just to insult the person you've arrested. He's like, "Oh, yeah, Gino, he's really round, if you know what I mean." It's like you're just being rude, Chris. Come on, calm down, get back to work. I don't even know what he does in this game.
It's also a very esoteric way of making that insult.
Nice.
I mean, that's Christopher Walken, though, right?
I guess so. Is he Christopher? When he's in New York City, is Christopher Walken here?
Hey, I'm walking. I was wondering if we would venture into that territory this evening. The answer is yes.
Of course. How could we?
You'll
not?
notice at the end of a lot of the missions, I get save prompts, and the save prompts I'm going to do sometimes because, of course, this is a marathon run, and I would like to be able to finish it in the marathon. That would be a good thing. Here's also a fun thing. So this game has a mechanic called neutralizing shots. So you can shoot people in the knee, which I guess is just better than regular shooting. You know, I'll leave that up to you. And so now I need to do an aim and get a blue. There we go. I got him. So I get a blue marker. I hope no one runs this guy over. So we said before there was a few times where no voice lines is important. This is one of the times, because normally after every one of these hits, or before every one of these hits, there would be a voice line. But because we've turned off voice lines, we just have this sequence where I assault someone in the street, and I guess they give me the information I want.
They pass you a note from their pocket. No voice lines.
That's right.
Yeah. The fact that you get like something that is called interrogation that just consists of like beating the shit out of somebody.
Yeah, I mean that's
that's
you know,
that's
it's
juicy.
2005. What can I tell you? Don't worry, it only gets better from here in this video game, True Crime in New York City. We're going to a mission called Safe House now, which I assure you is anything but safe, because we're going to clip right out of bounds. And then now that we're out of bounds, we can avoid a bunch of triggers and just kind of proceed to the end of the level. You might be wondering, hey, PMC, why are you constantly shooting? And the answer is that shooting indoors causes you to move faster. You enter a run and gun state. And because our pistol has infinite ammo, what that means is that we pretty much just sit on shooting all the time when we're indoors, because it's not like we have to stop and fight enemies.
What's this guy's name, PMC?
This is the Cold Beer Man. This is what I know.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna shoot him, and the only way that will affect him, which is right in his cold beer letters. Once the letters fall down, he will come back down to us, and he will.
It insults me every time because I took the time to play through this game like a normal human would, and PMC saw me playing this game and said, "Screw that! I'm going straight to speed runs. I'm turning the dialogue off, and I'm going straight for that sub 1." So he doesn't know any of the lore, man. He doesn't know this guy's name.
It's
and
really
I'll tell
remarkable.
you, I would tell you what this guy's name is.
Yeah, what's his name?
Well, I
What's his
also
name?
forgot because so I don't know. I'm trying to have a moral victory over you, and alas, here we are.
Mm-hmm. Here we are.
Say it's Ray.
It's Ray. You know, come on.
Just say it's Tony or Gino.
shows-
Like
it
half
shows
the
it in
guys
the
in this game
cutscene.
are Tony or Gino.
That's the only reason I know.
All right, this is a stealth mission, so we're gonna take it real stealthy.
Oh yeah. This looks like a cool place. Where would this be? Is this a real New York area?
I think this is supposed to be a riff on just the Met, right?
Museum of Natural History. or
Natural History
something.
Museum, yeah, because it's like adjacent to Center Park, so it's like the same place that the what was it, the Libertonian in GTA riffs off of. That's
Oh,
right.
you-
I referenced GTA
Gotta
rather
love
than
your,
referencing real life
You
locations.
didn't point out
I've
the
played some video games.
you didn't point out the typoed poster in the elevator.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, there's just so much going on.
Yeah, it was-
so many boys to auto aim.
it's an assault on the senses. It's okay. We can slow down, have some carbonated sugar. It's fine.
One note is that when I finish up in the interrogation, you have two options. You have like the nice ender or the mean ender, and the nice ender is faster. So I'm always doing the nice ender, which I don't think that makes it better, but it is faster. So consider that. Oh, did I just despawn it? I did, of course. This is like the worst location for getting taxis.
It's not
This is
good.
also why no one speedruns this game, or like at least you shouldn't too much, because the taxi RNG does affect things pretty
If you
substantially.
think the taxis are why people don't run this game, I'm sorry. You've got a warped perception here, boss.
I mean, all right, then I have a warped perception. It's just how it be. Like, you know, they put me right here, I guess. You know, this is
Yeah.
here we are. Something happened, and Marcus is in what I believe this game would tell you is an asylum, and you know, we're making do. Also, Beetlejuice is here.
Yep. Voiced by Beetlejuice. You can't hear his voices because 0%
Turned them
volume.
off.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. But we weren't going to talk to Beetlejuice anyway. We're going to admire the beautiful New York City skyline. Just as you remember it.
This guy
And
probably feels like he
yeah.
belongs here after a man has warped through the wall and beat him up.
All right, I'm going to ask people to listen real close for this part. All right, so that man loaded a Windows noise into his shotgun, and then I threw a syringe at him, and then I one-hit KO'd him, which caused the small man to pop out and unlock the door for me. I hope everyone got that.
Well, you know, it makes about as much sense as a James Joyce novel. It's fine.
That's a real, that's a real New York moment.
I definitely have seen that happen. Here we cannot take a taxi, so we have to get a car. The most common fast car in the game is a police car. So we're gonna go ahead and grab that and then get to the destination before the timer runs out. But now I'm just gonna face the camera the other way and take 7th Ave all the way to Times Square. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, it turns out like making a quote-unquote accurate rendition of New York City and its grid-like road layout doesn't make for very inspired driving sequence.
No. I mean, especially when you just can delete all cars.
Yeah, right. Like you couldn't drive down 7th Ave like this in real life. I don't think.
I'm sure plenty of people in New York City would love to delete all cars.
Also, I enjoy the you actually fail the mission if you try and get into a taxi. It says public transportation is too slow.
Which I really take offense at. I don't know what this game's agenda is. It's a very, very car-centric agenda. I'm not sure if I appreciate that. You know,
Instead of taking a taxi or the subway, I believe you
Right,
can't.
or the subway,
I believe you can't
you
take
know?
the subway.
Yeah,
in this
where
some bus rapid
I haven't
transit,
seen a
maybe.
I haven't seen a single bike lane.
Yeah, there's no bike lanes in this, which is wild. Because I feel like even before at this time there would have been bike lanes. I say as things are going on in the game. So this is the boss of the level.
Perfectly normal thing.
This boat, and we're gonna kill this boat before anything ever happens.
Yeah, so you're in an opera house just to catch the viewer up to speed. And I guess that Viking longboat is full of explosives. And you're basically doing this fight in reverse, where you blow up the boat first, then you trigger the sequence where a bunch of dudes come out on moving opera house props, and you shoot them using your auto-aim from underneath the floor. And once they have all evaporated the earth, and I do mean evaporate because their corpses disappear, the boat moves forward, realizes it's dead, and then triggers the cutscene. And you get to choose one of 3 many fun, diverse cases to explore. And I suppose first is the Palermo mob.
That's right. So this is actually something that changed. I would say I started doing differently maybe earlier this year. Is we used to do Shadow Tongue next instead of the Palermo mob, but it kind of lines up in a few ways. It's a very marginal difference, but it does kind of make a difference. So here we're going to do Palermo mob, which of course is just your very traditional organized crime adventure. And yeah, so we go to an Italian restaurant. Of course, that's the first place that they would go to.
So, yeah.
Frankly, this is probably the first time I've seen the inside of somewhere and been like, yes, this tracks. This looks like the thing.
Have you ever seen someone hit someone else with a I'm gonna call it a pizza shovel, even though I know what it's actually called?
I mean, I haven't seen it. I've felt like it was about to happen.
You've seen evidence
around me.
Man, how did you miss twice?
I don't know. Very confused by that. Gino is a slippery one, and I got to keep an eye on him.
This is another voice volume thing. Gino is soft locked in place for some reason when you play this mission with no voice volume. If you do let voice lines play, he is actually aggressive. but for some reason, without a voice, he also has no will to live, I guess.
He has no voice and he not speak.
Yeah, I have no voice and I must pizza or something. I don't know. It's all right, for the probably the 20th time, I'm gonna say I've just been dying to go to the next place, which is the mortuary, a joke I've never made before. Hi folks. Don't worry, this level's gonna be over in a second, so it's actually gonna be okay. This is probably, in terms of out of bounds clips, cutting a level to ribbons. This is probably like the best one, because we just clip there to go through the floor, and then we clip out of the wall, and here's the door, and that's it. That's the level. The whole level's over. It's fine.
I don't mind spending as little time as possible in the crematory. I think that's how it should be. Crematory? I don't know. The place where things happen.
The creamery.
Whoa, that is disgusting.
Yeah, I don't, well, you know, folks, cars are dangerous. I've been trying to tell everyone this for a
here
while.
comes the 6 spin. Come on.
Yeah. All right, wait.
Ooh.
So this guy's got to go fast enough that we
Nice
can get him.
lateral
There we go. Once we pit maneuver him, then we have to pull him out of the car, and then okay, and then we shoot him. It's fine. All right, here we go. So he's not ready to talk to us yet. We just gotta boink. Okay, there you go. Now he's ready to talk. We're okay. We are vibrating under the truck. No, we're fine. This is good.
As you do.
As you do.
If you shoot someone in the knee, is that a kneecap?
I mean, I guess so. I feel like it would be pretty bad. Like I would not consider that a good cop point thing. That's just my take on that. You know, I'm gonna get a taxi and escape the scene of this crime. Bye.
Job's done. I was never here.
I was never here. It must have been someone else, officer. Anyway, we're going to the gym. We're going to stay fit. We're going to defeat goons. Sorry, something awful. We're going to throw some weight around. Boink, get that guy. These blue dumbbells are one-hit kills now. Because we did this Flare Mob second, the blue dumbbells become one-hit kills. And anyway, Candy gets back up, and we got to follow her up the climbing wall.
Sometimes your camera angle can get tethered to this position, so even though you dismount from the wall and chase Candy around, your camera is still stuck in that same position that it was anchored to, staring at the climbing wall. I don't think I've seen it happen to PMC, but it liked to happen to me.
It happened to me once early on when I was playing this game, and it hasn't happened since.
Yeah, I don't know why or how or what, just like most of this game.
If you fail to pursue her, she jumps out this front window here, and apparently that's a good escape instead of, you know, murdering yourself. Because I feel like jumping through a thick window onto a street would not be an escape, but you know, maybe it works for some people.
From the mortal plane, perhaps.
Yeah, shuffling, if you will, off this mortal coil.
A lot of cars just sort of manifested onto the street.
Yeah,
just now.
that's parking. You know, parking lanes. They're always there for some reason. Next front business, of course, is taxes. You gotta make sure you got your mortgages taken care of. This is gonna be another straightforward one. The only twist here is that we have to use an elevator in order to load in the next part of the level. And we gotta stand in. If you can actually stand halfway in and activate it, but that will soft block you. You'll become stuck in the elevator forever, and you don't want that.
All right, these poor souls in the vault are about to get just destroyed. First of all, I'm impressed that they are shooting in your direction. Like, to have the wherewithal to know that a ghost is shooting you and know where the ghost is shooting you from. It takes a lot of mental prowess, I'd imagine.
I just love that, like, I can shoot them, but they can't shoot me. That's the part that gets me. That it's not the auto aim or that they know where I am. It's that you can shoot in, but you can't shoot out. There's a sort of Hotel California energy to that. I can't quite fully understand.
This isn't even true crime.
No,
LA.
it's not. It's Streets of LA was, you know, maybe they fixed that problem or it became broken in this. Obviously, this is the later game.
All right, this is the good level, yes.
Yes, this is This level is an undertaking. Of course, the boss of the mob hangs out in a construction site, I guess you could call it, and so we got to track him down.
This is a very hard trick, actually. This clip is actually pretty essential because it skips enemy spawns, so and a cutscene. It also skips a cutscene, so you kind of have to do it. But it's not exactly like a clip through the wall. You have to clip through the wall and then jump. And PMC did it quite well.
Yeah, if you don't jump, you will fall to your death, and that's no one wants that.
You're gonna see him use a lot of the enemy guns here. Probably a lot of shuffling of the guns here. It's pretty important that you get a good spawn from the guys. You got one of these bullpups, which is extremely good. So you can quickly make ways to the rest of the dudes here. There's going to be a cutscene where some dudes come out of an elevator. Some of them probably won't make it out because the cutscene is so short. Yep, one got stuck in there.
Of course, I'm still able to auto aim at him, which is very helpful.
And so that was the meat of the level, more or less. That is way harder than it looks. I'm very impressed with you. Unironically, that it was.
Pretzel, do you recognize this? This is you know where this is, based on the skyline here.
It's Manhattan. I mean,
see that field down there?
Manhattan.
That field is a real thing, right?
That's Manhattan to
Yeah.
me. Oh yeah, I know the names of all these buildings.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I see that one's the Jerry over there.
PMC is going to be able to auto aim through the ground at the upcoming enemies, which say what you will about that.
They don't spawn until like the last second, but of course you can still get them kind of like through like the where like the most floor is present in terms of being in your way. That's really where you get it. A note about shooting in this game is that you can shoot by left click or pressing F. And so what I'm actually doing right now is I'm hitting shift to auto aim and then mashing F with my left hand. Like that is, because the game is not so reliable about detecting mouse input. So generally speaking, it is all about the keyboard input.
Yeah, however bad you think the mouse aim looks in this game, it's worse than that. Promise.
It's worse.
Yeah, it is.
I assure you.
There's random.
That'll become apparent when we get to, especially the second auto-scroller sequence.
Yeah, there's like random, insane mouse acceleration that kicks in when it feels like it.
It's very good.
Yep.
Anyway, we got to deal with the boss. The boss, of course, has extremely powerful crane technique that I have to deal with.
The boss is not the crane. If you squint your eyes, you'll see a man in there.
A man who's just kind of like loosely standing in the cab. Like he's not, like it doesn't even look like he just kind of falls through there. Don't worry about it. All right, most important input. I have to select Shadow Tongue here.
Yep.
That is like the one thing I cannot undo. This game is pretty good about allowing you to restart missions or allowing you to make saves and checkpoint. But if you choose the wrong family, you're in for a world of hurt.
We used to do Shadow Tongue first. I believe the rationale was Shadow Tongue had one, maybe two, at least one really difficult auto-scroller that is done in this mission, I believe.
Yep. So this is like a two-parter. This is we have a trick to do here, and then we'll go into a rail shooter sequence.
Yeah, the trick is very good.
Oh yeah, here we go.
All right. Oh, yep. Okay, got the tackle. That's good. So you can get out of here like with normal clipping, but if you also get tackled by an enemy, it'll allow you to clip out of bounds. This is the boss of the third wave of enemies.
Yep.
There are 3 waves of enemies, but this dude is here, and he doesn't have any AI, and so killing him activates the woman in the coffin who's going to jump out and run out the door, which activates the end of the level.
Do a little bit of tasteful clipping for the coffin.
Whenever I think of coffins, I always think of tasteful clipping.
Okay, whatever. All right, PMC, it's time to defeat Goths once and for all.
It is time. Time to defeat Goths. So yeah, so this is just a nice rail shooter sequence. The rules are that wait. Sometimes you can see cars get rubber. Yeah. Oh no, not. Yeah, you can't.
Ooh.
Don't. So the game has interesting AI for preventing vehicles from entering into the path of the auto scroller. Mostly, we're just trying to avoid taking too much damage. And especially if we can corral enemies in such a way that they don't interfere with the path of our vehicle, because like we can collide with vehicles, and that will cause us to lose time, which is a bummer. This black car up on my right, if you're playing this game, mash enter vehicle while going past it, and you will be teleported to the moon. I am completely serious.
Yeah, no, it's like the world vanishes. It's very strange. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe this is, if I could...
Yes, please.
If my eyes... Yes, right, okay. I was just confirming that it was, in fact, not cloudy right now. This is where I need to point out, like, the most unrealistic part of this game, which is the abundance of stars in the sky in the heart of Manhattan.
You would not see that in Manhattan normally.
I'm gonna need you to be a little careful with ultimatums and say the most unrealistic part of this game is the night star sky.
No, that's it. I'm putting my foot down. This is like, you could like see the Milky Way right now.
Just do all your astronomy right here in True Crime New York City.
Yep.
You thought it was just a realistic simulation of the streets, but they have the stars too.
Not so much the like overwhelming amount of light emanating from the streets.
See, it's not good.
Not quite as much.
It's not good. You got turned around there. You got kind of forced.
I know. That was an example of me getting bopped by the cars chasing me, and that caused me to lose time.
And my concern was always like, oh, that's gonna cost me a lot of health here. But like, I guess people are like actually good now, and they hardly ever lose runs to this.
I mean, I appreciate you trying to jinx me very fiercely right now. That's like really excellent commentator work there. I appreciate it.
You know, it's more content. That's just...
Commentatorship always needs to be an adversarial
I'm
relationship.
just looking out for you, bud. Extending your stay on the main stage.
All right, I think I'm good.
That's what
I
builds
think I'm good.
tension and intrigue.
Wow, that
Oh
was
my God.
extremely close.
That was close.
That was
very close.
Man, you could not cut it closer.
I did not need
You
that in my
literally-
life.
I'm dead serious. You could not have cut it closer.
The car could not have been any more full of blood, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, basically.
Maxed out.
Just entirely too much. Literally the shining levels. You open the door and it just pours
It's
out.
just blood. Yeah.
It's just blood.
Yeah.
All right, so this next mission has some very cool tech. Used to be that you would have to take this a really large van that's really slow and drive it to 3 stores and then return to where you started. And that is just not fun because actually driving in this game is not great.
Yeah, check out that
However,
check out that time limit, that
I mean,
15-minute time limit. Can you imagine?
Yeah, 15 minutes, folks. And you might need all of it, depending on how things go. But we got tech for getting past this. We're gonna go to the first store, intentionally fail to extort the clerk at the store, and then we're gonna blow up our own truck. And when you fail a mission in this game, it's not like you just automatically have to restart. Sometimes what happens is you have to do a informant task, where instead of getting the lead for the next mission from the mission you were on previously, you can, as a substitution, get that lead from an informant and by doing a task for them. But like we don't really want to do that. That's, you know, that would be real. So however, in this case, our informant and the location of the next mission are the same place. And so when we hit visit informant like that, so it automatically starts the next mission.
Make sure you only punch the couches once, not twice, because twice can crash the game. This setup he's doing is actually a complicated setup. You have to be just on the precipice of the edge there and then do a heavy punch combo. I believe it's a heavy punch combo.
Yes, yeah. Light punch is just harder to do because it's a shorter combo. Heavy punch keeps you from taking fall damage longer and more consistently.
Yeah, exactly right. So he's able to just skip basically right to the end of the mission, which most of these missions are so small they might as well be vignettes. They're just so short. Or vignettes, whatever that word. I try to use complicated
vignettes.
words.
Don't worry. I got you. But now we're
Vignettes is the guy from the pizzeria.
yes, that's right. Old Vinny vignettes, I call him. You know. So as always, we're looking for a taxi, and it's time for. So if you, let's say I know everyone watching this is like, damn, I got to pick up True Crime New York City as a speed run, and I understand that. And so you might get to this mission, human cargo, and have a lot of difficulty, not with me driving, but with what's going to happen next. So we're going to have some fun stuff here. Casey Frew, I want to hear your take on what I'm doing here. I want you to give me the expert spin.
Expert spin on what? Human cargo?
Yeah, human cargo.
All right, so these are strafe jumps he's about to execute. But blam, flawless strafe jumping. Very good. You wouldn't think that True Crime New York City would have strafe jumping, but guess what? You're wrong. Now he's going to summon some cargo crates to continue his platforming adventures. He's chasing this man in the bad outfit. He's got the gray slacks, the white top, and the white hat. I just don't like that. I don't like it at all. But we're not chasing him because of fashion crimes. We're chasing him for other reasons. And in fact, we're not chasing him anymore. We're ahead of him. We're so far ahead of him that we have to wait on his slow ass. Now we have to wait because the ladders, he pulls them up after him, as he just did to PMC right there. Now that is not only insulting, it is also inconvenient. It means he's got to go for the backup strat. And the backup strat, as you can see, is phasing through the wall and running past the man that is assuming his dragon stance. We're gonna have to turn the valve on the door 3 times. He's only gotten 1 in so far. He's gonna grab some health. This guy knows this game inside and out. I didn't know that health was there, but PMC is a master of his domain, despite the fact that he's face down, getting beat on the ground of this cargo container. He is dedicated to his altruism. You know, he's actually a pacifist, as you can tell, his refusal to fight these guys. And in fact, if you throw someone off the ledge without actually harming them, I think that's you're still in the clear of aggravated assault. So now he's going to finally open the door. There are dudes on this side of the door as well, but guess what? We don't care. We're climbing some cargo, and guess what? Now we're back on track, finally. We're summoning the cargo crate again. This one's going to take a little bit longer. So PMC, being surrounded by dudes, is going to do the only sensible thing and cower. He's going to hide, because guess what? They can't do anything, man.
This is a timeout zone. This is
the timeout zone, exactly. All you can do is make rude gestures and hope it offends you. But PMC is a man that is not only ironclad in physique, he is also a stone-cold killer. And he is just waiting for the opportunity to conquer the boss of this level. So finally, the cargo container is here. And guess what? A man drops out from the sky. Who'd have thought? And there it is. You got to defeat Tommy. Tommy he's been painting. You can tell he's got some signs of blue-collar work strewn about his outfit. Good, hard-working man, probably, that just wants PMC to get the hell off of his ship. But PMC does not listen to reason, so he's going to throw him over the edge. And now, finally, we can interrogate the man with the bad outfit. We can ask him where the hell he got his hat, and if we can dispose of it promptly to save not only his reputation, but his street cred. And
so now that place in the air with the crate was the place that you cannot pass on the Xbox version, right?
That is correct. On the Xbox version, you would mash the button and get really sad when you have to do human cargo again and again and again, which is probably some form of purgatory, if I'm honest.
A Sisyphusian tale for the ages.
Yeah, so PMC with the save warp there. That's very good. That is RTA, that's slow. But if you're going IGT, which you should never, but if you were...
Don't go IGT. But if you were. Also, if you were doing a marathon run and you wanted to take the opportunity to make a save, you can also do it.
Oh, yeah, you know, there we go. That's twofold purpose there.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the crime cave. This is where, if you're KZ Frew...
Oh, this is the most realistic part of this game.
If you're KZ Frew and it's 2019 and you're at ESA and it's the summer, this is when you dive straight into the abyss. But this is pmcTRILOGY in 2021, and I think he's going to do a little bit better than that.
I don't know. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of that gap at the end. That gap is going to get me. It's
the
real.
one small little jump is actually...
You just have to, You just simply must mind it.
You must mind the
fine.
gap. Also, you must mind your ladder climbing speed. That's
Oh,
really
yes.
important as well.
In
Oh,
order
they
to have
spawned.
in order to have a fast descent up the ladder, you have to shoot before climbing onto it. That actually speeds up the rate of which you put hand over foot on each individual ladder rung thing. Otherwise,
I mean, you got
climb very
it.
slowly.
Wrong. You did it. Like, you
Yeah,
know?
I know. Well, I had to stall for time there. In my own commentary, I had to stall. Anyway, this has been clean so far. What could go wrong?
The amount of media that just has like, just assumes that there's this like giant, like cavernous, empty thing behind, like underneath Manhattan, is kind of like, there are too many of those. I think that Spider-Verse had that going on. This has it going on.
They need to like go bother the Denver airport or something. Like,
Yeah,
something
really? You know?
Fussy's got to be going
Or-
on there.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, if we're talking about just like media portraying New York City, it can just chill and like do about 1% of the amount of New York City-based content that it does. And probably it'll be fine. New York City will be fine.
I agree. Yeah, no. Yeah, like it's kind of ridiculous if you notice in the street shots of this game. There's just trash like flying around in whirlwinds, and that's not how it is. Actually, it's actually deeply wrong.
I mean, I think emotionally it's great.
Metaphorically, but lest I get ahead of myself and imply this game speaks in metaphor.
I mean, we're
mean,
just hanging out here
definitely other.
in the crime cavern, climbing walls, as you do, often, all the time. We're chasing.
You can find whatever meeting you want.
I mean, we're chasing this guy, and the one I have two important notes here about this section. One is that if you climb on the left side of this wall, there's a chance that you can mess up his pathing, and he will walk off to his death, and that will fail the level, and you'll have to restart. Because even though we're well, there you go, good job, me. Even though we are supposed to arrest him, we're not supposed to let him fall into the bottomless pit below New York City. That would be inappropriate. We must actually apprehend the criminal. The other important thing is punch loops. Punch loops, we can loop the first and second hits of the heavy punch combo as long as we have the stamina to punch. And as it turns out, that is a very effective way of dealing damage quickly in these fist fight sections. Sometimes it's enough, like in the first phase, I had enough stamina that I could just punch loop him out of that first phase. And in this part, if I'm able to punch loop him successfully, I will run out of stamina eventually. But, you know. Good
This
camera
is
angles.
advanced strategy. I can never really get a hold of this one. So this is actually, I would say it's harder than it looks. A lot of this game is harder than it looks just because you're constantly kind of fighting the game and its control scheme. It was designed by aliens.
Yes, that's right. So anyway, took care of him. We got him.
Nice job. Very
Put me
well
in.
done. Very well done. And now we're on to the President's Mob.
It's true. At long last, onto the President's Club. Some of them are presidents. Some of them think they're presidents. But no matter what the case is, we have to deal with them.
They're all presidents in our hearts.
Yes. I mean, look, I'm coming from the Philadelphia area, so Benjamin Franklin is obviously a president in my heart, of course.
Wait a minute.
He's on the money. He gets in.
He gets in.
He's in the club.
He's in the club.
Well, I'm just now finding out that Benjamin Franklin wasn't a president, so
No.
I'm processing new information.
Well, you know. I mean, look, the dude did some stuff, all right? Don't worry about it. He's still important.
Some say.
So this is a pretty typical mission. Again, we're gonna be running, gunning. I'm gonna shoot a few guys just to reduce the chance that I will die, as you know, as occasionally can happen. But mostly going to the end, killing the enemies as necessary, and then we have to neutralize the guy at the end. I'll be picking up this 50 to take care of the gentleman in here.
Yeah, when you see PMC, you know, blast his way through an area, it's usually sometimes it's because it's nearly impossible to get through, and other times it's because You literally, the game refuses to advance if you don't. I feel like in this case, it's the latter, but sometimes it's a mix of both. I mean, one often implies the other.
Just in case anyone's confused, you might think I'm a big fan of this game, but that's actually the biggest fan of this game. Yeah, it's a fan. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for watching my speedrun.
Large.
See you later.
Big fan pun.
Yeah,
percent.
big fan. Big fan pun. And then you just flee the country. All right. Fretzel, are there a lot of Motorola billboards on the sides of buildings in New York City?
So I want to say no, but also I feel like I have like conditioned myself to avoid the like looking at ads just in general. Like when I find myself looking at one, I'm like, this isn't gonna go well, and I stop. So I feel like I'm not the person to ask.
No, that's fair. I feel like ads in New York City are a subject of discourse for some people,
Yeah,
but
they're
not
pretty
others.
overwhelming.
You know?
Like I feel like New York City feels like the capital of many things, but it also feels like the capital of insufferable like branding.
Yeah, like I've definitely seen multiple memes going around about like discerning the date a photo in Times Square was taken based on what billboards were up.
yeah.
You know, like that happens at
Right.
least once every few months.
Pretty terrifying.
We're about to get to the true banger commissioned for this video game, everyone's favorite song, the song that transforms y'all from being in Twitch chat to being in a different kind of chat. Welcome to Homicide Chat.
What was it commissioned? Wait, really?
It was Sam Scarfo was commissioned to do this song, I think, for this game. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
You can check.
I think I like the mystery more.
The mystery is good enough. All right, that's fair. I accept that.
If I Google it, it might get me in trouble, you know?
Does that put you on a list? Googling Homicide Chat by Sam Scarfo and True Crime New York City?
Put you on some kind of list.
That's fair.
List of guys with bad taste. Oh!
Oh, no.
Homicide Chat has become like the most comforting part of this run for me.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're at home with Homicide Chat?
Yes. It centers me, yeah.
Homicide Chat for the holidays.
Do you hum it while kneading gingerbread dough? Is it a Christmas Carol?
I mean, if I cooked. A Christmas Carol, I can see that.
Did we
I
get
can't.
a take from you?
Children rapping it in the streets.
Yes. Did we get a take from you about ramps in New York City streets, Fretzel? I feel like we need that.
I mean, New York City is a place where there is a lot of bold vehicle maneuvering.
Yeah,
but I
I'm
don't
seeing
think
some
that
right
ramps are
now.
among it. Yeah.
If you get a chain reaction where you destroy someone's, you destroy a bike, the bike blows up, and the explosion knocks off a rider of another motorcycle, the motorcycle they were riding will continue. It will follow you. So, it's pretty interesting. And you can then use that motorcycle to take out further cars in the autoscroller. So it's not just funny, it's actually kind of effective.
Yeah, that's a feature. Okay.
That's a
I don't know why
feature,
you're-
not a
that's
bug.
I
A
don't know why
feature.
why you're upset about this. It's a feature. Yeah.
That's how we drew it up.
So this is, I mean, have we already covered that this is the second limo auto-scroller of the game?
It's true. I mean, this one's white though, instead of black. If that makes, does that help?
Well, I feel like it pads the same amount of time regardless.
The yin and the yang, as it were.
Yeah. Two sides to every coin and every limo auto-scroller. In this one, maybe in both, you could see the sick TV on the, with the wine bar going on.
I always like to take this part of the run to shout out my one friend who thought 187 was an area code. You're precious, and I will never let you forget that. Thank you. 187 is not an area code. Just
So it's a police code for a crime.
yes,
lethal
a certain
crime.
kind of crime.
Yep.
That's associated with a certain kind of chat.
Yes, a certain kind of
Perhaps.
chat.
Yeah.
I think Exhibit played this game in 2005 and probably loved it.
Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't, right? For the record, I believe
I heard he likes video games.
the most correct version of this game is the PS2 version, I think. I think every other version has like additional things lurking under the floorboards compared to the PS2 version. So that is as I guess speedrun record holder for this game, that is my advice.
Will there ever be a new world record for this game, PMC?
It could be. I mean, just play it enough, I guess, and you get taxi RNG. Like, I didn't have record in this game for a few years. A very good runner, Skiller Tear, got it. And then in March, I was getting ready for a marathon, and like my second run, having not played the game in months, I just rattled out like the first 52-minute run. No plan to do that. It just
That'll happen.
The taxis aligned, basically. That was what happened. There was a death in that run. That's how bad that run is. But the taxis worked out, so it was fine.
Oh. Love a world record run that's so bad.
Yes. No, that's the only kind that I have. That's the only kind I know. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and head to our next destination. Once again, using a police car because that is fast and we cannot take public transit right now.
Have you ever checked if all the music in this game is like by musicians that are like based in New York City?
I have not.
I know Interpol is.
Interpol is okay.
This is Interpol, and I know they are.
Yeah, I mean, some of the songs are definitely like very, very topical. You know, they have like,
Yeah.
you could probably look at the list, and I knew the opening one is, about literally explicitly about New York, and you got other ones in there. The soundtrack, like, because we hear so little of it in the speedrun, always constantly surprises me in terms of like what you get out of it. Those guys, they got printed. Rest in pieces.
That's the word for it.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, I got part of a mega jump. All right. You know what?
Wow.
So it is possible that getting squeezed out the corner like that can actually put you into the next part of the level. It doesn't happen consistently. We've never found a consistent setup for it. But hey, it's cool, and I almost kind of showed it off here.
I am impressed that you like go for it every time I see you run this game.
Oh, yeah.
So hats
Well,
off
because
to you for that.
this is I usually don't get to talk about tech I made up for games, but this particular backup strat I came up with, where you can, after failing the mega jump, you can re-enter the level and then destroy the truck ahead of time, which will be useful in a second. But now we have to just murder some guys as normal.
Sounds like that's also like a backup strat that you are gonna employ more than the.
Yeah, and calling it a
base
backup is
strat,
perhaps misleading because I will do it almost always.
Right.
Because he's always going for it. Because he's always trying to be on top.
Can't stop, won't stop. All right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Imagine if you
But,
got
yeah, whenever-
a good run with Mega Jump. It would be great. You would love it.
Never be beat.
That's right. Well, until someone else grinds the game enough to get a run with Mega Jump in it.
Exactly.
It could always happen.
It could happen at any moment.
He always runs to the same spot, so that's of course why I just waited for him. So we're doing all right here. We're doing good. We're closing in on the end of the President's Club, getting ready to go to Benjamin Studios, where a series of extremely normal things will happen. But of course, as always, we got to get a taxi. Pretzel, have you ever flagged down a taxi?
I don't know that I have, because I live in the era of Lyft and etc.
Sure.
And maybe that disqualifies me. If anything else would disqualify me from true
Sure, New Yorker.
Yorkerism, then maybe
The
that's
thing that
it.
we're going to
Yeah.
litigate now on this stream.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
That's right. Sorry.
No, I mean, we
almost
can.
went there.
Look, sometimes
No, I
just
don't
go
wanna
like,
go
We
there.
can. We got
we
time.
can. We got time. Like all I'm gonna do is run around this balcony and pick up a sword and then throw it, I guess. Hey man, don't shoot. Oh boy. Hey man. All right, there we go. But at first you don't succeed. Try again. So some of these levels where I'm using the enemy's weapons, it's because I in fact have lost my pistol. And so it's not just a matter of not using my base weapon, it's really also a matter of having weapons, period. Because otherwise I would be defenseless. Well, I mean, except for my fist, but you know, don't bring fists to a gunfight, of course.
Don't bring
Yeah, take notes. Thank you.
to a... Yeah, all right, good.
GUN.
I had a buddy who always used to tell people don't bring shorts to a pants fight. I'm not quite sure if that's the same
Ooh.
thing, but
I'm not,
That's a
not
vibe.
sure I know what that means.
yeah, I don't. It was a mystery.
All right. As long as you're just as confused as I am, it's fine.
The point is not to explain the mystery; it's to make other people as confused as you are.
Spread the joy.
Yeah. I mean, I love stuff like that. I always say that a bird in the hand is worth two with one stone.
That's right. That's exactly right. Only correct sayings here.
I have questions, but I'll try to enjoy the mystery.
So anyway, speaking of mysteries,
Enjoy the yeah.
we're going to the roof.
I feel like enjoy the mystery.
It's a sword fight now.
Enjoy the mystery is the tagline of this run.
Wait a minute, I thought you just said,
So we can only
didn't it?
do damage to him with weapons. Initially, we start out, of course, with a sword, but here we go. Come on. Yeah. Oh, okay.
If you were playing the correct way, and by that
Yeah.
I mean if you had voice lines on, you would hear his relentless taunting.
Yes. We did not hear that
What's
here.
correct?
Yeah, no. Instead, it's a silent affair.
It's a totally silent movie. Really more cinematic in a way when you think about it.
Probably, it does remove an entire layer of like cheese from this.
So he drops the sword, climbs the statue, escapes on a zip line, and then what else are we gonna do? It's New York City. We gotta grab the sword and then jump on the zip line.
We zip line from one building to the other. Telecommunications.
And he's got 2 swords now. But that's okay, because we can do a heavy chop combo and then chuck the sword into the night.
That was literally insane.
I'm sure that will land nowhere.
Yeah,
harmful
don't
or
worry, that sword
dangerous.
won't go anywhere. You know? That's somewhere. I feel like I should have like a cat noise to play when I do that or something, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So anyway, the true crime all along was our mentor from the beginning of the run who faked his own death. Oh, the taxi killed me, but then I went into the level. Don't worry about it. Sometimes taxis in New York City kill you, and that's just how it is.
That is true.
They dump your body after
dump your
collecting
body.
your money.
But you respawn into the start of the mission, so you can chase your mentor. Oh, I might get hosed here. Ooh.
Also an accurate
Okay.
representation of the MTA.
Yeah, absolutely.
Happening right
All
now.
right, I gotta get one more car here. Nope. All right, come on, get. Oh, we're fine. We're fine. All right, so
This will
time
happen.
will end when you see the bars come in for the ending cutscene. This was True Crime New York City. I had KZ Fruit and Fretzel on commentary with me. Thank you so much for joining me. That's time.
All right. What are you gonna do now that you've
GG.
destroyed the subway?
I'm gonna use bike share. Here on my relentless message of cycling, just to be as pleasant and well liked
On
as
brand
possible.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. My closing thought is when they mean no dialogue, no voices, they really do mean no voices, including in the cinematic cutscenes. It's dead silent.
This is not a technical problem. It is in fact dead silent because of the mix.
I mean, you get what you ask for.
Because-
I mean, I would argue that this is like a more reasonable execution of zero voice volume than just skipping the whole of the dialogue. I mean, I guess
We get
I mean,
both
I would probably
flavors.
add subtitles. I would probably add subtitles to the parts where you would just skip. That probably seems more reasonable than just skipping it.
Yeah, it's just so weird because like there's for sure music that I guess is baked into the same audio as the dialogue, so they just also end up muting the music.
just also in there as well.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
But yeah, no, thank
Really,
you.
yeah.
Fretzel, do you have any final
Elegant solution.
New Yorker wisdom before we head out here?
Oh my god. Do I? I don't.
Don't worry about it. Forget about
Wow.
it. Forget about
This
it.
is-
Forget about it.
I don't. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Okay. That's. We did it.
We signed off. Forget about it. Thank you so much, GDQ, for letting me do this game on this channel. I love this run. If you need help with this game, reach out to me. There is a True Crime Speedrun Discord that you can find linked on the True Crime Speedrunning leaderboards, either Streets of LA or New York. And I think that is it for us. Thank you again so much for watching. Have a pleasant True Crime evening.
I want the final word, and I'm going to say, no matter what you say, PMC, you're still getting erased off the whiteboard, man. Nice try.
Yeah,
that's true. Again, thank you, PMC, for doing the run. That was everything I hoped it would be. Yeah, there's not much to say. You deserve this whiteboard race. So goodbye forever, pmcTRILOGY. Until next time. So we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna continue, obviously, the grim and gritty day that I described this as by going to Quest for Glory Collection next, which is not at all grim and gritty. So, you know, I forgot a little bit, but it's okay. So we're gonna take a short break. We'll be right back.